Hi, welcome for our RTL online trainings. Today we are going to discuss how to create a supplier and what are the base tables for supplier, how we can query the data from backend. It is useful for both finance and supply chain management, functional as well as for technical consultants. Okay, so once you log into the applications, if you want to create a supplier, make sure that you have the access for the role called supplier manager. Supplier manager is the role to create the suppliers, and supplier administrator also will be using. So go to navigator and procurement suppliers. Here we will be able to find the supplier search incomplete status. In case if there are any profile change requests pending for approvals, we can find those information here. Spend authorization requests here, because supplier creation will be generally approval process. We can also set up that auto approval, or we can go for enable that supplier creation is required some approvals from the supplier managers also. How to find whether it is auto approval or suppliers are enabled from some other approval supervisor hierarchy is we have to log into the applications. Once we log into the applications, go to FSM environment, functional setup manager here. Go to setup and maintenance here and go for procurement here. We'll find procurement option over here. And once we go for procurement, we will find here suppliers, supplier incentives, supplier portal, supplier qualification. Here we can find all the information related for this here. Okay. So now we will go for approvals for the suppliers here. Go to suppliers option here. So whenever we select approvals, go to suppliers functional area, all task. Now we would like to work with the supplier spend authorized suppliers. We would like to work with spend authorized suppliers here. Now go to the task, manage spend authorized suppliers here. Let's go to the task here. Could not find approval options here. Go to approval management. Go to all tasks. Here we can find supplier spend authorization approvals. We can check this, edit rules. Whenever we go for edit rules, here it's automatic approve. If supplier name is not blank, it's automatic approval. That's fine. We are supposed to check one more option, that is internal supplier profile change. Internal supplier profile change approvals. Let's go for edit rules. Here it is. Always it's automatic approval. That's fine. Now we can find here it is automatic approval. Let's log out from here and log into the applications. Going to log in with Kelvin.roth user. This user is having the access to supplier manager here. Go to navigator, procurement, suppliers. Go to task list, here it is. And create supplier. unauthorized supplier here. And tax organization, I'm going to mention corporation and go for create. Now, this is our supplier number 1462 here. So we have created a supplier successfully. Let's go for save it. Now, whenever we are working in our cloud SaaS model, if we want to connect with the database, we'll go to Navigator, Tools menu. We'll find Reports and Analytics option here. Yes. Configuration. We don't have the access for the current user, it seems. Current user is not having the permission. Yes, Reports and Analytics. Here we have. Click on this, Reports and Analytics. Go for BI reports here. Cancel it. Can go for data model here. You don't have privilege to create a data model. So this current user is not having the access to create BI publisher report access. We don't have. Let me log in with another user. We'll try to log in with another user. So meanwhile, we'll go for create supplier address and other options. Go to suppliers and go to task list here. Manage suppliers. We have already created supplier, right? This is supplier number. This is HP supplier. Edit. I'm going to create supplier address here. So the supplier data model, whenever we are working, first we will find supplier profile, supplier address, supplier site, and then site assignment. After that, supplier contacts. Then we will find supplier qualifications. That is the data model for the supplier. Go to address. I'm going to create a new address here. Let me take some New York address here. Go to sites here. An address must exist before creating a site. It will take some time to get approval for the supplier site here. Click search button. Now we can find this icon is there. It's waiting for approval. Now it's completed. Our approval is completed. I have already made one video related for supplier approval issues. You can go through in my playlist. You can find out. Now we can go for create supplier site. Go to the sites here. We'll be able to create a supplier site. Choose your address name here. HP address, HP site. Specify here. I'm going to say that this is the site is used for pay also. Save this site and we'll be able to assign for site assignment. Go to the tab called site assignment here. Require this client business unit. Let's go for delete this. Go for save and close. This is how we will go for create supplier, supplier address and supplier sites and as well as the supplier site assignment. Okay, so now we are going to find out what are the tables. What are the tables for this supplier? Whenever we want to learn the tables, generally Oracle provide the tables here itself. Go for Oracle Enterprise repository for Fusion applications. Go to Cloud Applications. Here we'll find procurement. Go to procurement. Tables and views for procurement. Click on HTML tab. We can find supplier model tables here. POZ is the starting letter we'll find. So POZ suppliers contains our supplier information. Vendor ID is the primary key. Vendor ID is the primary key. Now what we'll do is, let me go for logout from here and log in with new user. Go to navigator and tools menu and go for reports and analytics. Let's go for BI environment here. Select data source. We can choose any finance supply chain management, like select star from POZ underscore suppliers. If we would like to view all the records from the database table, we can view here sample data here. And we can find segment 1 column is going to have our supplier number. Segment 1 is going to have supplier number and we'll find party ID and you will come to know how this supplier has been created, manually as created or imported. Primary key is vendor ID. Based on the vendor ID, we can find corresponding address or corresponding sites. We'll come to know enabled or not. Here we'll come to know what type of supplier this is. Now first what we'll do is we'll write a query segment 1 1462. That's our supplier number. We'll go for query this data. Now this is our part 8. We don't find supplier name in this table. We don't find supplier name in this table because it's having the supplier main data, and we would like to go for supplier name. We would like to get the supplier name. How we can get? Based on the party ID, we have to join with the another table. So how we can go for join another table here? So let's say POZ suppliers here. PS dot name SZ parties. I'm going to use set and write the where clause PS dot party ID equal to set dot party ID. And now we will be able to get here PS dot segment 1 contains, it's nothing but our supplier number, then PS dot vendor ID, then we will be getting vendor ID here, SZ dot party name. We are going to get. Press OK. Now we can find supplier number, supplier ID, and the supplier name. Can find all the details here. This is how we can get the supplier name. So where do we find supplier main information? POZ suppliers, but the names stores in the table called HZ parties. This comes from account receivables module. There is a concept called TCA concept, trading community architecture. Here HZ is nothing but human Joe. Human Joe. It means when the enterprises are doing some business, we would like to maintain all the humans who are involving in the enterprise, like supplier, customer, employee, banks, bank supplier contacts. This is all information we would like to maintain in these tables. That's what we have a TCA architecture, nothing but trading community architecture. All TCA tables starts with the HZ, start with HZ. So next, if we required supplier addresses, we would like to capture the supplier address information. Then we will find supplier addresses here. So we'll find address requests here, supplier address request, and supplier sites information. Contact request here we'll find supplier site information here, site assignment information here. This is supplier contacts information. POZ supplier sites all will find information in this table. Here we can find supplier sites. Okay. Let's see the supplier sites information here. Based on vendor ID, we can find corresponding information. So our vendor ID. This is what the query we have written. Supplier and supplier names. We would like to go for join the table called POZ supplier. This table we have POZ supplier sites all. Site code we are going to get it here. Here we have P 2 times we have entered. Now we are going to get this data here. So we will be able to get supplier site information here. This is our HP site. Okay. So if we want to get the supplier sites information, then we are supposed to join another table called POZ supplier sites underscore all tables. Okay. So like this, whenever we are working in Fusion applications, for every object, Oracle has provided the data model. So we need to go to that data model, understand the primary foreign key relationships, and based on that, we can find corresponding information. We'll find for each and every column there will be a description. Okay. Thank you. Please subscribe for our channel to get latest updates about cloud training and placements. Thank you.